If you have been sexualized or sexually assaulted as a child or even a young adult, let's talk because I need you to know that it was not your fault. And when things like that happen, we don't necessarily see it in the moment, but it can cause us to act in a certain way after such event. In my experience, it kind of caused me to start to sexualize myself. And that's not to say, I'm all for body positivity and loving yourself, loving you and your skin. You know, you need time to, put on something really nice to just admire the body that God has given you. Yes, do so, especially if such event has made you feel like you weren't beautiful or your body wasn't worthy of love or anything in that area. So when I say sexualize, I ended up sexualizing myself. And, I definitely want to hear your guys' experience and, how the events affected you in your life so that it could help somebody else. But yeah, when I say I sexualized myself, I would wear, certain skimpy clothing that made me feel beautiful, but I wasn't necessarily looking at how other people were going to see me in it. I just knew, okay, I look nice today, but also wearing certain things that were too over the top, it made me scared because I'm like, I don't want to be, I didn't want to be more sexualized. I wanted to own it because when you are sexualized as a child or, go through sexual assault as a child, you want to take ownership of it and reclaim that part of yourself. So sometimes you can sexualize yourself by, wearing really skimpy clothing or, seeking attention and validation from, whoever you're attracted, whatever kind of person you're attracted to. So you do certain things in order to get that attraction without thought of, who you actually are or who you want to be. So sexualization of yourself. Well, okay, so let me speak from my experience. So when I finally got to the point of I didn't want to sexualize. It's not that I even wanted to sexualize myself. I didn't think that I was. I thought I was just, looking nice for me, and I was for me because I needed that. But I don't think at certain times I wasn't going about it the right way. I kind of went astray, but it's okay because you can always redirect and go a different way. So life is about living and learning and growing. So don't feel bad. It's not your fault. And yeah, forgive yourself for it because I've seen people sexualize themselves, but I've also seen people close themselves off, to the point where they don't see themselves as beautiful or, handsome, and they, or even to the point where, you become attracted to the thing that hurts you. So it's just there's a lot of, it's not even gray area. There's a lot of outcomes that being sexually assaulted or abused and or sexualized as a child, how it can affect you. So if it's happened to you, I kind of am challenging you to see what that event or those things, how that time in your life, or how those events affected how you operate today, or who you are today. Is it your identity? Is it your the way you do certain things? Like, how has it affected you, or has it affected you, or is it something that you push to the back of your mind because you don't want to think about it? And I mean, I totally get that too, but still there is benefit of acknowledging it and not becoming victimized by it. Like, if you live your, well, yeah, just try not to become victimized by it. Like, take ownership of it, and not even just ownership, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and forgive the person who did it. That's really like the main thing, because once you forgive yourself, you forgive how you either reacted to the situation, or you know allowed it to happen. Like, in your head it's like, oh, you know you allowed it, not allowed it to happen. I guess the wording is very just off here. Let me take a minute. So once you start forgiving yourself and them, when you forgive yourself, you can acknowledge you know the hurt that you feel, the ways that you've changed because of such event. Like, you can be like, oh, it almost gives it reasoning for you, but it's also not an excuse to the way it changed you. It's almost like if you were abused, just like regularly physically abused as a kid, the way that you act in adulthood, it gives, if you're like, just, I don't want to say, no, spontaneous isn't the right word, but if you're just really hard-headed, you're not a child anymore, but you do things that are very quick, you have a short temper, and you're always trying to fight somebody as an adult, or every time somebody says something or like yells at you, you get timid, and you don't know how to respond. Like, those things, it once you acknowledge, like, hey, I was abused as a child, like, it gives how you react now reasoning, but it's not an excuse. It's like, once you hit that adult stage, and for sometimes people become adults before they're legally adults. So it's up to you at that point, once you are considered adult, as in you're either 18 or have gone away from home. Once you're an adult, it's up to you to fix those things about yourself so that you can move forward in a healthier and happier way. Because if you don't, you're going to keep responding the way that you do. You're going to keep not setting the boundaries that you need to set. You're going to, keep continuing to let certain things happen because of what happened in the past. Same thing goes for, sexual assault and sexual abuse. You're going to keep treating yourself as if, you don't have much value when really you do. And yeah, I'm not on here to bash anybody. I'm just trying to help you kind of, or like challenge you really, to see, how it affected you now. I really want to hear your guys' stories and, experiences, because I know I'm not alone, and, people are always struggling with real things. And so, I've just noticed that, when things like this do happen, sometimes people it attracts perverted spirits, because because they need like a legal gateway. I mean, not legal gateway. They need a legal right in order to reside in your body. So, you know, in order to get rid of that, get rid of them, you have to forgive yourself and, you know, forgive the person who did it. Because when you forgive yourself, you forgive yourself for either not being strong enough, or not feeling like you could say anything, or, you know, or shoot, you're real violent for not murking that person right then and there, or for murking that person right then and there when it happened. But when you forgive them, it's not for them, it's for you, so that you can release that weight and you can give it to God, and you can, you know, not carry that weight with you anymore. And so it's really like, you know, beneficial to like address it and look at it and really like, you know, go through it. If that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense right now. Please let me know. I'll make another video about it if, you know, y'all need me to, and share y'all's experiences as well if you're okay with that. But yeah, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, for sure, if these things are happening, advocate for yourself, speak up for yourself. And I know that it's hard, especially when you're a child, because sometimes it could be happening from the people that are right there. Like, you cannot get away, and if you do get away, you may end up in a worse position. So it's like you're stuck, you feel stuck. And yeah, you can try to call them out on it, let them know how you feel, but also protect yourself. And when I say that, honey, if that means you gotta keep something on you, pepper spray, a knife, any kind of something that you can use as a weapon, do so. Because yes, give it to God, but also in those moments, protect yourself. Because let them know that it's not okay, and you'll do it. You will end them if they try to do it again. Like, make sure, you know, you try to have that strength in yourself to protect yourself, especially getting older as well. So yeah. But last thing I'm gonna say is I love y'all, and love yourself unconditionally, no matter what. Love yourself unconditionally as God loves you. And if you can't figure out why God loves you or how God loves you, ask him. You know, ask him to reveal it to you, so that y'all can have that relationship, so that he can heal you, so that he can you know, love you and show up for you in your life. He's already showing up for you, even if that means bad things are happening. But, you know, he allows you to go through the things so that you can heal through the things. And look, God doesn't want you to go through some of the really bad things that may happen, but at the end of the day, you go through those things so that you can advocate for yourself, so that you can, you know, recognize the things that those people might do, so that you can protect yourself, your family, your kids, like, you know, the people around you, your family. And or even if it's not blood, the family that you make. Like, you know, you're here for a reason. You go through the things that you go through for a reason. Let's talk about it. And yeah, just like, if you don't know why God loves you, if you don't understand any of it, just ask God, and you're gonna be okay. All right, that's enough for this video. Sorry it took forever. Love y'all. Please leave your comments and your experiences down below, and I pray that y'all have a blessed day and can really like take the time and do the challenge. And yeah, I want to hear y'all's experiences. Okay, bye.